This conference will now be recorded.
Now, once I will brush what I have completed last class. So, we have talked about SAP, FICO. SAP is nothing but system application product. FI is nothing but financial, and CO is nothing but controlling. So, we have came across what is SAP, what is ERP, what is SAP, FICO. SAP is nothing but, excuse me. So, in the last class, we have completed what is SAP, what is ERP, and what is SAP FICO. SAP is nothing but system application product in a data processing. In R3, is it disturbance?
Yes, sir, a little.
This conference will now be recorded.
So, SAP stands for System Application Product and Data Processing. So it is provides the end-to-end solution for all the different types of accounting transactions. Either it might be finance, manufacturing, logistic, distribution, so etc. So that is how the SAP is. Now SAP is an enterprises resource planning as well. So whenever it comes to the SAP, that SAP has been emerged with the ERP format. ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning, where it will help me to use in an organization with a large number of requirements. Even here, that implementation is done from the re-engineering, so provides to the end-to-end solution for all the different types of accounting and inventory formats. In R3, they have found the huge successful. So, and the Millennium will successful in a R3 level, because every server has its unique tier to work with it. So, next, SAP history found by the five former employees of IBM company in 1972. There were three different types of tier architecture: R1, R2, R3. R1 in the sense only single server or a single system which supports the three different types of layers. R2 is a two layers. In says one layer the presentation will be loaded, the other layers application and database will be loaded. So in R3, every individual layer has its own server, so which is more compatible to work with. So it is faster, accuracy is good. So this is why the SAP R3 is had a huge success. So SAP S4 HANA, that is this software HANA, is the latest version of the SAP ECC. So the products of SAP and the industrial solutions of SAP. So these are all the industries where we can use SAP. Now, SAP R3 or a client server will have a different module integrations: fee, co, asset management, SD, MM, PP, QM, PM, PS, plant maintenance, HR. Plant maintenance will be integrated from the directly MM, that is material management. So here, SAP has a three core functional areas. logistics, financial, human resources. So logistics has sales and distribution, material management, warehouse management, production planning, general logistics, and quality management. Financial has financial accounting, controlling, enterprises controlling, investment management, treasury. So human resources has personal administration and personal development. So in the finance, we will be coming across financial accounting, controlling, and few things about the investment management I will explain at the end of the class. Now, here we also have a technical modules of SAP that will work in the form of codings, programmings. So in that, the main codings which we will be using is ABAP, that is ABAP, Advanced Business Application Programming. So here, what is the main thing about this SAP is like here end-to-end solutions of everything will be given. In the sense, the workers of the SAP will be at a three ends. One is front end, one is back end, the other one is middleware. So front end are nothing but the end users. So who use the softwares. So that are the end users who use it. That would be coded. That will be designed from the back end users. That is the programmers. So these two will be connected in the middleware. So where it will be operated at the both end of the technical models. So ABAP is a most of the time which programming language which we will be using. Next, what is ERP? ERP is nothing but a enterprise resource planning. It is a business software system that support the entry business and the enterprises throughout the project life cycle. So whenever I wanted to do something, even if I wanted to start anything, then I require it should be in an order level. So that should be required in an ERP format. So it should track, it should organize it, it should plan, it should maintain. So those are the resources which we will be having. So enterprise is nothing but huge business organization. So any business which is being huge, that particular organization we call it as an enterprises. So resource in the sense where we resource in the enterprise, money, manpower, material, machinery, marketing, methods. And the planning will have effective utilization and the optimization of resources. This is ERP. ERP history. ERP is evolved and emerged into the different types of businesses. So in 1970s, manufacturing chain was a center of the business operation before. So they have developed called as MRP, Management Resource Planning. This is not only to do inventory. I also want to do something else. So they have introduced the second phase of that MRP is ERP that developed occurred under the 1980s. So means not only you do inventory about it, apart from that inventory also all the type of transactions which can be done under the ERP development. So now ERP is a one vendor who supports to develop a different types of softwares into the market. So SAP is also one of an ERP based software, and we have Tally, you have heard. So the Tally is also based on ERP itself. Now, why do we need a ERP system software? The integration system in a different business process is the requirement. So when there is a different types of businesses, at that time I need to integrate into one level. So company has a different department like sales department, production department, material management, financial department. So this ERP will make it as an integration to work under the one common database. So I don't want to work every time a different data types. So there will be a one common data type which supports all the types of accounting related transaction. So it is a standardized of system across the location as well. ERP helps to have a better controlling over the different process. ERP is an integrated system. It helps to provide the better reporting. That is also one of the part of ERP. Common ERP software modules are sales and distribution, sales order, purchase order, financial accounting, manufacturing resource planning, customer relationship management, human resources, procurement, and marketing. These are all the common ERP software modules. So before ERP, everything you used to do one after one. After ERP, under one you are doing everything. So that is the difference. That is the difference of this before and after the ERP. So what is SAP FICO? FICO is a financial and controlling where you wanted to do the module of both ERP and the financial of controlling modules. So then you will be using this SAP. FICO is a one module which will help you to do all the process of related to basic general transaction. FICO modules consist of general ledger accounting, account receivable, account payables, account asset management or asset accounting, and bank accounting. Controlling will be having profit center accounting and controlling. So these are all the things about the SAP FICO modules. Advantages of SAP. SAP software manages the business management, takes in the modules that all work together in one system by sharing the information. So, promoting the consistent practice across an entire division. No duplicate data will be taken here. Automatic project monitoring and multi-dimensional and flexible reporting is there. So, standardization of business process make planning, scheduling, tracking, management easier, leaving more time for you to perform value added work. Ability to provide clear cut job rules with the authorization. Enabling the integration with the e-commerce. Cost savings on overhead such as stationery and file storage. These are all the important and advantages of the SAP. Now we will come across SAP fee organization structure. So what do you mean by this organization structure? No, organization structure will allow you to do define the company, define company code, define business area, define functional area, define credit control area, define segments, assign company code to company, assign company code to credit control area. Now, what do you mean by this organizational structure? So, either you can call this one as a organization structure, not enterprise structure or as well. Now, when it comes to the SAP, not only like SAP, any accounting software which I am using to do the accounting, what is the main thing? Now think that I manually want to write anything account related transaction. I require some book. Book is a physical segment where it will help me to store the accounts in a physical format. Either you write, either you type. So anything physically we are maintaining, I require something to do. That book I require. The same manner, if I wanted to do any for any business transactions, any accounting related transactions, then I require a virtual company. So means I require some company where I can create it. Under that company, I will be doing all the type of transaction. So these company definitions can be done means to create the company level requirements to the one type of company, then that will be done under the organization. Define in the sense create. Assign in the sense you are assigning the company code to company, means there might be a book on the table, so that book should be assigned for some person. Think that how do you assign that book to yours itself? See, in your you know, in the SAP batch we are 6 members including me 7. Now even out of 7 members, I'll keep some book there, some random book I will be keeping. So if how do I define this? This book belongs to the particular person. How will I define it? By naming the book. That is nothing but see, virtually you might know this is your book, but how I will be knowing this is your book? So you need to represent on your book your name. Then only I will come to know that this book belongs to you. So the company, you don't just create the company. The code which we create under the company should be assigned to the company code itself. That time it understands this particular company belongs to this particular company only. So that assignment should be done. Not only the assigning for the company you will be learning, you will also learn that assigning part in another related segments. So everywhere in the SAP, you don't only create, you should assign it. If you are not assigning, then it will not understand that created data is being given to whom. It will not understand. So there I need to make that data to understand this belongs to this particular information only. So I should assign it. Define in the sense create, assign in the sense you are assigning to that particular level of the transactions, or it might be any creations there. Okay. So organization structure. Fee is nothing but financial. So first few things we will do only about the fee. Then the few things we will be doing for the code, that is controlling. But now we will be doing only for the finance. Now under the finance there are so many things. Not only organization structure. We have a number of things to do yet. But what we will be learning today is the organization structure. So in the organization structure, main things which we will be learning. So we will see, if possible, I will try to finish it of all the organization level where you are seeing at the PPT, or else we will try to finish how much ever it is possible for within these 2 hours. Now, what is the main things about this SAP? As I explained you, R3 will run with the servers, all the three tier structure. Here, how do I open this SAP? Here, this is the local system. You can see me as you can see something called as virtual machine. So everybody has an idea about the virtual machine. No one? Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everybody knows about the virtual machine,
No, sir.
VMware. Okay. See, now have you all heard about parallel space application in the mobile?
No, sir.
Hmm? Okay. Now, think that a single mobile supports only one application. Correct. So, if I wanted to install a WhatsApp in my mobile, how many times I can install WhatsApp?
Only once.
Only once I can install, correct? But I'll ask you, is there any chances of installing another WhatsApp?
We can duplicate.
We can duplicate. See, there is something application called multi accounts or parallel space. So parallel space or a multi account application, it will help you to create a duplicate of the software. Either it might be a different only, means duplicate in the sense I may not copy the same one. I will install another WhatsApp in another application. So in a single Android, single OS, there I can use it two different types of software at a time. Same manner, if I wanted to work with the two different types of operating system in the same system, I will be using the virtual machine. So our SAP are going to be installed in the virtual machine. So you can ask me, why can't I install it in the local system? So can't I install in the local system? You can install in the local system. So as I told you about this R3, that three tier architecture, excuse me, I'm sorry. Now, so I was talking about this virtual machine. What do you mean by this virtual machine? So as I told you, if I wanted to use the two different types of operating system, or if I want to use the two different types of applications, so that time I need something that I can install in my system where it will be working in a different machine. So here, for the system, for the computer, we will be using VMware. That is nothing but virtual machine workstation. So what is this my virtual machine workstation? In the sense, it will help me to install another operating system. So there I can use a so if it comes to this virtual machine, we have two different types of in the same system only, means in the local system only I can install two different types of virtual operating systems, that we call it as a system virtual machine. So it is nothing but a hardware virtual machine, but if I am doing there, single data means single hard disk will be operating for the both uh, operating system also. Whenever, say for example, I wanted to install some other softwares, if I am trying to install some other softwares, then it will be very difficult for me to operate the other one. Now my processor will become busy. That time what happens, if my processor become busy, the whatever I use will become slow. So, to not get difficulties between the softwares, we are using VMware. So, in the VMware, what happens? I will create a different environment for that SAP software, so it will not be disturbing to any other software. So, I can easily use my computer. And the software, SAP software, it requires at least 255 or 250 GB hard disk. So in even if I have 1 TB hard disk, if I am installing into my local system, there will be a little problem where it will uh, it will get some disturbance within the other softwares. Say for example, the same time I will be using some designing softwares like Corel Draw or Maya or Photoshop. These are all also is a high-end software which required more data, more hard disk memory. So that time even this SAP also requires, and this SAP is a server-based software. So what happens? It will try to disturb that other softwares to not occupy the memories. That time it will be a very difficult for me to access it. It will become so much slow. So what we do is like we will be using a VMware workstation. In that we will load a SAP software. So within the another operating system. So first what you need to do is like you should open the VMware. Okay. So first you open the VMware workstation. Once you open a VMware workstation, if the software is already loaded, there it will show the that particular operating system. So one operating system we will be loading. That operating system, within that operating system we will be using this SAP software. So once again it's opening. So either it takes a long time and either it might take a long time to switch off also. So depends on how good your system configuration has. So to use this SAP software, at least you should require a 1 TB hard disk and 8 GB RAM. At least it should be 6 GB RAM and 1 TB hard disk and good processor. Now we open this VMware workstation. See, maybe if you have already switched on, it will be showing there power on or sorry, resume the virtual machine. If it is switched off, then it will showing you power on the virtual machine. So we need to power on the virtual machine if it is off. If it is already on, we can continue by resuming. So where you have stopped, there only it will be. Then you can continue with the resuming. It's opening. So this is your virtual machine. Here you can see Windows, which is all. If it is already loaded, it will show here Windows Server. So here you should power on. It's loading. So here this is the ECC server which we have loaded in the VMware. We are restoring it. I'll show you how to switch on. Let it load. If I disturb anything, again it will take time to switch on. So first you open the VMware virtual machine. So once you open the virtual machine, there it will show you resume the virtual machine. So this is the SAP login screen. Okay. So what I do is like, if I'll go for a year, I'll click on power off. So you can start from the beginning. Okay, so if there is a resume, you can continue from where you have stopped. For else, you open the VMware, go for this pause button near this arrow. Here you click on power off first. Power off. It will power off. So here you need to click on power on this virtual machine. So you click on this power on this virtual machine. You can see how many hard disk which we have given to this. What is the memory which we have given for the processor and everything. So it is been divided. Means this SAP will use only this 260 GB, not from the local system. So this kind of virtual machine we call it as a process virtual machine, PVM. So process virtual machine. So in the system which I load the OS, that is a system virtual machine, so SVM. So that is also called as hardware virtual machine. So here we are using as a process virtual machine. So the application which we are using is a VMware workstation. You double click and open that. And so if it is taking any time or if it is taking to load, don't disturb that. So let it take its own time to switch on. So if you are disturbing that, if you are making to double, if you are opening a number of time again and again, and if you click the same option again and again, then it will become busy. Too much work, it may not process it. So slowly, once you right click and open, wait for a while, it will open. If 10 seconds if it is not opening only, then you try to reopen it. If it is opens, let it open by itself. Don't forcefully try to do anything with that. So if it is not forceful, then it will open perfectly. If it has been forceful, then it will erase some of the data within it. Okay, it will become busy. Now once I open this, in your system we might have checked and it is in resume mode. You power off first, then you click on power on this virtual machine. If you click on power on this virtual machine, it will open the another operating system in your in your OS. So it is a virtual machine Windows, means another operating system. It is a server Windows. So because whatever this SAP I use, that SAP is a server based software. So I require that particular one to be supported. So I can also do it in the local system. So the local system, if I am installing, it might also distract with another softwares. So to not to happen that, we install a virtual machine to work that particular software only. So let it start. See, if it is asking you to this particular screen, here you press Control Alt Insert. So it might ask you delete. Don't press delete. Control Alt Insert. You can write down once you resume that virtual machine. So once you start at the virtual machine, it comes to the it starts the Windows. It will come into the welcome screen. In this, you press Control Alt Insert button. So Control Alt Insert button. So in this in the laptop, it is in the top line in near this functional key. Some keys it will show it as an insert only, insert. In some button it will only represent ins is nothing but insert button. Okay, control alt insert. This is the login screen. So username ECC admin only will be there. Password we give India123. For you also, if you are using in your system, then the password is India123 only. Then click OK. So it is some unexpected shutdown format. You what you do here, select any kind of error, anything, because I need to remove this one. You should get a OK button. So select anything. That is not like compulsory to select only one. Anything you select here and click OK. So it will come into the operating system now. Okay, this SAP management console, first one you should go for SAP management console. You can write it down first. After coming to the screen, windows screen of this 2003, when then we need to open this SAP management console. Double click or right click. So I told you this ABAP programming and all. Where we do that ABAP under the console root. So you should switch on the console. So what is ECC? What is the abbreviation of ECC? Anyone? Foucault?
EPR central component.
Yeah, ERP central component. So this ERP central component is nothing but a console root. So where we do this ABAP program and all. So where we will be giving some of the design. See here it is ABAP table. So this will be in the gray. You need to start this one. If you don't start this, the server will not start, means I cannot open the SAP login. So as I told you, it is a server base. This you should start. I told you about this front end and the back end. We have the middleware. That middleware is nothing but this console. So I need to start that middleware. So right click on this, start. You need to right click on this, start. After this, you give the password. You can write down the password. Password is India123 itself. Even for the login screen of Windows, even to start this ECC console. INDIA. All are small case. India 123 and click OK. So you should wait. This gray will become yellow. Yellow will become green. Then only you can start. You can open the SAP. Now see it become yellow. So wait for a time. It will become green. If it is taking long time, this is a refresh button. This one. It's like a recycle arrow is there. This is refresh one. 2 3 times you just click on that. So it will not get busy, and it will come in the, it will start as a green. Unless it gets green, we may not possible to do anything. So if it turns again into the gray, once again you start it. Right click and once again you start. Yes, refresh this. Now it become green. Now if I click on this plus, again click on this plus, now here if I go for ABAP, see it will show. These are all the programmings, the table which they have created, type of it. So status, it's running, everyone. Now whatever I code or whatever I do, I can give that particular formats here. So these are all the information. So we might also take the help of Excel here. In the Excel, whatever I write in the table, that table format I will copy and paste it in this ABAP table. So then it will work. That is how. So if I click on this developer trace, it will show me how it has been done. So this is the backend people who does, see, like this, libraries, some codings I should do it here. There are many things that they have done already. So it should become green. So after it become greens, restore that. Even if you close, it's not a problem. It will be already started. Then go for SAP logon. SAP logon. You need to log in the SAP script. So here you click on logon. So here it will ask the SAP user. SAP user is SAP user only. Username of this is SAP user. Password is India123. Then it will ask you to give the language. Even if I don't give anything, it will take English only. Still, if I wanted to give, I can give EN and press enter. So it will come like this. Okay, here this is a easy access screen. Now this is a T code name box. Here you type all the transaction code or whatever the options you want to go for, that particular name you will type in this name box. Okay, once I enter into this SAP screen, here you do the transaction in easy access. You do the transactions, you will create the ledgers, everything. Now if I wanted to go for any particular screen, then you go for SPRO. SPRO is nothing but SAP SPRO, SAP reference, project reference object. SPRO is nothing but SAP project reference object. Okay. Now I should press enter to go next. So here it will come. If I have any projects which has been created, I can select that project and I can continue it. So if I don't have, then I need to go for to create everything. Then go for SAP reference image. SAP reference image. So this is where you do this organization structures. Now whatever I wanted to create, I wanted to alter, that and all I'll be doing here. Okay. So once again I'll show. Here if I click on this up one, the tab should come down.